So get on. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby.
What's your show based on?
I used to be an editor at PC World Magazine. It was a computer magazine. It was a good-sized magazine in the U.S. I had a good job. I was there for 15 years. 2007, I got laid off. I didn't want to look for another job, but I was kind of burned out. I got a severance package. I had never done much traveling. So I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna take a trip. So yeah, I was gonna go windsurfing. So I was a beginner, intermediate windsurfer. So I was gonna check out some of these world famous spots. So one of them is in Venezuela. Another one's in Greece. But then I was gonna go to South Africa. I was like, I'm halfway around the world. I might as well just finish it. So I went ahead and booked this 4-month trip around the world. And I went to the bookstore and I got these, the Lonely Planet guidebooks. And they all make it sound easy. You stay here, you'll be fine. And half the stuff in these guidebooks is wrong, or it's old.
So did you have your trip planned out, or was it kind of a whim? Like,
I got a whole bunch of these guidebooks. I got 2 guidebooks on how to plan a trip around the world. And then I got guidebooks on the different countries. So I was in every country for like 2 to 3 weeks. So I had a flight coming in and a flight coming out. So if I was going to have a rotten time, I knew if it really sucked, I knew that I was going to be able to get out of there in a couple of weeks. So you can hold your breath for a week or two.
Yeah. I want to know kind of the details about the trip in general, because it was not a good experience.
It was rougher than I expected. I'd never done much traveling.
Yeah.
So you don't know if you're configured to travel by yourself for 4 months until you do it. So after 2 weeks, I was like, I want to go home. First stop was Venezuela, and it's kind of crazy that this was 2007, so Chavez was still running the show down there, and they had weird shit go on. So one day I'm down windsurfing, the next day I go down and there's this like crime scene tape all over the little town that I'm staying in.
Wow.
And I talked to one of the guy that owned the local bar. I said, what's going on here? He said, well, Chavez came in and they shut down the place.
Wow.
They found some irregularities in our books.
Yeah.
So the place was shut down for like a few days.
Yeah.
And the hotel I was in, they said, look, we're not going to kick you out. We'll feed you, because everything was shut.
Was that like 2 days as soon as you just arrived, or
no? That was like probably a week into it. So I was down there for 2 weeks windsurfing. The other thing is, I was traveling in order to get the cheapest rates. I was traveling like off season. So I saw all these, this was supposed to be like a Club Med thing in Venezuela. I was looking at all these photos and, there's, chicks running around all covered in sparkly stuff and half naked and, people pouring drinks on each other. So I get down there and there's nobody there because it's off season. And this was the same when I went to Greece. I went to this Greek island. I was expecting all kinds of, naked shit running around, and there's nobody there. I get there, I'm the only one there.
Yeah.
No partying, no nothing going on.
So you went from Venezuela to Greece?
Yeah.
And then South Africa?
Then South Africa, and then Thailand, Bangkok. I was in Bangkok for like 3 nights, and then Vietnam for like 2 to 3 weeks. About 2 weeks, and then I was in Cambodia for like 2 or 3 weeks.
And
so
that was it after that?
No, then I went to Australia and New Zealand. So I was in every place home. 2 to 3 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, in order to do this cheap, you got to keep going in one direction. So I went east to west. Yeah, it started. So you can go north to south, but you can't backtrack. I bought a special plane ticket back then called I think it was a one world ticket.
Yeah.
So I bought it.
Yeah, they used to have those like around the world tickets. Yeah.
Yeah. So I had to get it through a travel agent. This was 2007. Also, I wouldn't want to book something like this on my own. It was too it's too complicated. I had all these flights. And changeovers, and the other thing, to keep it cheap, I had like all these red-eye flights. I had red-eye flights with multiple stopovers to keep it cheap.
Yeah.
And the books tell you if you're going to have a stopover, it should be at least 5 hours. So that way, if your flight's delayed, it's coming in, or you have trouble getting through customs, you got a buffer. Because if you miss one of these flights, you're fucked. You're stuck in. I'm stuck in Venezuela, or
Yeah.